Fire Force, episode 22. So I think in this episode we learned a lot about the Evangelist and the Dull Burst and the Dull Link, and we can make a lot of inferences about what it is. Sho says they're in the underworld of Adola, which is known as Hell, and then this is the first time we see the Evangelist, and when they phase out of Hell, then the Evangelist disappears. So I think we can make the assumption that the Evangelist may be the devil. We have the regular Church of Soul, and then we have the Evangelist that only appears in the underworld. He may not be the devil exactly. We know that the underworld is the primordial flame. He just may be an ancient being. And we see when he graces and Adola bursts that they get science-defying powers. Sho can steal heat from the universe and stop time. And our protagonist, his body is coming apart, and then he's going back in time to before he died. Also, I think it's important that Licht is witnessing their fight because he's a scientist. I think he's a witness, and what he's witnessing is things that are science-defying. So I think that's more evidence that the Evangelist is some supernatural being, because we have a scientist who is now seeing things that cannot be explained by science. Well, they can be explained by science and in what they're doing, but how it's possible cannot be explained by science. And some more evidence that what they're dealing with isn't human is Yona. He says he isn't human at one point. And we can kind of tell that they want an Adola link with the Evangelist, but Sho doesn't really know that yet. I think Sho's being used by them. So overall, I thought this was a really good episode. We get a lot of tidbits of information about the Evangelist and the Adola Burst and the underworld of Adola. We still can't make any solid conclusions yet, but it was an interesting show and allows us to speculate, and that's what we're here for.